Hi comic book fans, and welcome to another SuddenlyComics.com video. And I'm delighted to say today we have got a guest direct from Cambridge University, and it's Sophie. Sophie is my daughter, and she's been here for the last week looking after her sister who has had major knee surgery.
Yep.
Right, so I got comics for Christmas from Sophie and her sister, and also from their mum, Claire, my wife, and I also bought some for myself. So Sophie is going to show these comics, say what the ones she bought and what she thought of them, and then I'll have a look at them and comment on them.
Sounds good.
So what's the first comic, Sophie?
The first comic
If you hold it up to the camera.
DC Universe Christmas. Just picked this one because it had a nice Christmassy theme to it, and it had lots of different characters on the front, so thought it would appeal. And the artwork's by L.Miller, who I know Dad has mentioned on the podcast before, so I thought it'd be an interesting buy.
I did a video about why he was banned from going to Thought Bubble.
Well, you know, I don't recognise many names.
So I wasn't aware of this comic before I received it, but it's great fun. It dates from 2000, and it's got a whole load of reprints in it. Some of them going back to 1947. So on page 64 here, we've got a Captain Marvel reprint. That's Shazam. Do you recognise Shazam?
No.
Have you seen the film Shazam?
No.
She hasn't seen the film Shazam. Good film, you need to watch it. So there we go. And it's got reprints. I think there's about 10 different reprints in here. There's a Batman, there's a Flash, there's a Superman, there's a Wonder Woman. Oh, there's more than 10. There's loads of them. It's really good. And they're all sort of Christmassy related. There's a Batman there called Wanted, Santa Claus, Dead or Alive. Preferably alive, I think. Yeah, so great fun comic. Really nice to receive that for Christmas. What have you got next?
We've got Spongebob Comics number 2.
Right.
Pick this because I saw you had Spongebob Comics number 1 and said that you thought it might increase in value. So I thought maybe number 2 might be nice as well.
Well, yes, exactly. So I do have a SpongeBob SquarePants number 1, and believe it or not, it is now, if in a 9.8 graded, it's worth $590.
Bloody hell!
It's crazy. It has gone up significantly. Mine is an ungraded copy that I paid $70 for, but I think it's in really good condition. It's in the 9s. I might well get it graded.
Damn.
So SpongeBob number 2 is not as valuable as number 1, but this is in not bad condition. I don't think it's a 9.0. I think it's probably an 8 or an 8.5. But great. The problem now is that I'm probably going to have to collect all the SpongeBobs.
Oh no.
And there's about 80 of them.
Is it?
Yeah, I think 88. It ran from 2012 to 2018, and they produced it monthly. And they're actually not cheap. I don't know how much you paid for these, but
couldn't comment.
No, but the SpongeBobs, they're not cheap. They're generally going, even the sort of strange numbered ones like 54 and 73, you go for £7 to £10.
Yeah.
Right, what have we got next?
More SpongeBobs.
More SpongeBobs.
Got number 3.
SpongeBob number 3. Right, this one actually is in not very good condition.
I just noticed that one.
So this is probably a 7. So this isn't probably hugely valuable, but it's still nice to have SpongeBob 1, 2 and 3.
Give me a minute, look at the conditions of them. Number 6.
Number 6. This is actually in pretty good condition. So SpongeBob number 6. So I am, of course, I am going to have to find SpongeBob number 4 and number 5 now.
Maybe wait for your birthday.
Yeah, and these are all reasonable. You know, none of these are cheap comics, and they're not easy to find either. So I don't know what the print run was on these, but not easy to find. So you did well to get these.
Thanks, Dad. There's number 34 and 47.
Number 34. Well, this is in good condition. These two are actually probably in the 9s. I can't see any major faults with these two. So Spongebob 34, it's a strange number, but again, as I said, these are all worth something. So great.
No.
And then what number is this? Number 47, The Fish Stick Cometh. These are really good. They're really funny. They're well written, very colourful. So that was great Christmas present. Well done.
Thank you. The next ones are supposed to be part of the Secret Santa, so they're meant to be a bit more joking.
Oh, this was my Secret Santa present.
Yeah. So the first one is...
okay, so it's another DC holiday special. This one dating from 1985. It's got Christmas capers with Dodd and the Frog. Have you ever heard of Dodd and the Frog? No, nor have I. Jotsy Squirrel?
No.
No, nor me. And the Raccoon Kids?
Never.
No, we have both never heard of anybody who is in this comic.
Oh no!
Apart from Santa.
Yeah, well, the main character.
So we do have Santa on the cover. I did find this on Go Collect, so I have managed to catalogue it, but I don't think anybody has ever got a copy of this graded. So there are no graded copies recorded of this. So I don't know what, I think it was in my Secret Santa present, so I suspect that wasn't a lot of money spent on it.
Couldn't comment. And then this one was just meant to be a joke because the Secret Santa's a funny gift.
Right. So it's a comic called Mean Girls Senior Year, and it's from the Free Comic Book Day. I've never seen this before. I know nothing about it. But I presume they got it.
Have you seen the movie Mean Girls?
I have seen the movie Mean Girls. So yeah, so that was my Secret Santa present. Funny Stuff stocking filler and Mean Girls Senior Year.
Have you read it?
No.
No, so disappointing. I think this is the one that Mum got you.
It is. What is it?
A Fantastic Four Calamity on the Campus. You said it was the first appearance
Don't
of...
bend it.
Oh, sorry.
This is an early Fantastic Four from Claire. So thank you very much, Claire, if you're watching this. It's Fantastic Four number 35. It's an early Fantastic Four. It's first appearance of Dragon Man. Those of you who watch my videos will have seen me try to restore a copy of this. But this is in good, really nice condition. I think this is either a 7 or a 7.5. So it's really good condition. An excellent addition to my Fantastic Four collection. So
what happened to the one you restored?
It didn't really work.
Yeah. Shame. And then I think you bought these for yourself.
I did.
Some Whiz Comics.
Some Whiz Comics. But
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel, yes. What year do you think that comic comes from?
A long time ago.
Guess.
1952?
Not bad.
Not bad?
Not bad. So there's 3 of these. This is the first one. This is a British reprint of Whiz Comics during the war and during the Second World War and
during the war.
After the Second World War, the import of comics from America to the UK was banned. And so the only way you could get the American comics in the UK was if you reprinted them in the UK. So this company that did the reprints is actually a company called L.Miller and Son, and this was one of their first comics. So they started in 1945.
I was gonna guess 1945.
Well, you were only 7 years out.
Yeah,
that's not bad. So this is a really, really rare comic. dating from 1945. It's a reprint of Whiz Comics number 59. And as you can see, we've got a photograph of the Marvel family on there. Now, Whiz Comics was it was published by a company called Fawcett Publishing in America. I think it started in 1940.
Wow.
So, which is only shortly after the first ever Superman. So,
Wow.
Superman was 38, I think, and this started in late 39, early 40, early 1940. So, by the time this came out, it had been running for 5 years, and Captain Marvel was extremely popular. So they produced a lot of these in the American versions, but this British version for the UK market would have been a very low print run. I have never ever seen one of these before.
Really?
No. I think these are extremely rare. If there's anyone else out there, I'm covering you up when I'm putting the comics up.
That's okay.
Maybe I should cover me up. I'm not as attractive.
Oh, that's sad.
So Whiz Comics, and I think this is one of the first comics produced by L.Miller and Son. I will be doing a separate video about these because they're really interesting.
Where did you get them from?
Good question. I saw them being advertised on eBay at about £230
each.
No, for the 3.
Oh wow.
And I thought it's a bit pricey, so I emailed the guy. It wasn't on it. There was no bids on it. It was and I wrote to him. I said, I know you're not accepting bids, but I'd be prepared to pay £175. He came back and said, I'll bear it in mind. Anyway, it didn't sell on the auction, and he relisted it at 200. And he contacted me and said, I'm relisting it at 200. I said, well, still too much for me, but if you come back,
175.
Yeah. Then about 2 weeks later, he found me on one of the UK comic Facebook groups.
Really?
And he said, are you the Mark Oldroyd who's... And I said, well, there's not a lot of us around.
And not a lot into comics.
And not a lot of them into comics. I said, yeah, it is me. And he said, oh, if you buy it from me, not on eBay, but through this comic group, I'll sell it to you to 180. So I said, okay, fine.
Makes no difference to you.
So we have... we've got 3 of them for 108, but they're completely unique items. I have never seen these before. They're in really good condition for this sort of age of comic in the UK. Somebody's looked after these. So there we go. This is Whiz Comics number 63, and he's just copied. All he's done here is literally copied the Whiz Comics stuff. It hasn't even got a UK price on it. And it hasn't even got the name L.Miller and Son, except on the back, right in small writing. So very rare. If you've ever seen one of these, let me know. Right, and lastly, it's another one. It's the Missing Persons Machine.
Whoa.
Again, Captain Marvel, Whiz Comics, number 60. And it actually says on it a Fawcett production. So he got the rights to print these from Fawcett. Now, what is interesting here is that in 1953, Fawcett got sued, not over this, but over something else, by National Periodicals, which is now DC Comics.
No way.
And they went bust. And so Captain Marvel stopped production in 1963. And it started all sorts of interesting stuff, because these people here, the L.Miller and Son, but they were doing really well on Captain Marvel, and suddenly
they
haven't got anything to copy anymore. So they actually employed a UK artist called Mike Angelo to produce something called Marvel Man.
Marvel Man.
Yeah. So it was basically this is Captain Marvel, but Marvel Man was almost identical to Captain Marvel. He had a different word to Shazam. I think it was atomic backwards with a K. But in all other respects, all the family members were the same. It was virtually identical. And that has ended up historically over the years with loads of issues over intellectual property rights and all sorts of stuff, which I will cover in future videos. Okay, right. So And did you enjoy that?
It was lovely.
And what are you doing tomorrow for New Year's Eve?
I'm off to Wales.
You're going to spend New Year's Eve in Wales?
Yeah.
That's nice. Whereabouts in Wales?
Bethlehem.
Bethlehem's where you meant to spend Christmas.
I know, but just a little bit late, so it's fine.
I hope there's some room in the inn.
Hopefully.
Okay, thanks, good comic book fans. Enough said, and thank you, Sophie.
Thank you so much. Bye, everyone.
Bye.